Hello everyone. In this lesson, we will learn about list indexing. So by the end of this lesson, you will learn how to extract list items and elements in R. Accessing elements within a list is done through indexing. So if you want to extract elements from a list, you can do so using the double square bracket. And this is how you do it. You will specify the name of the list object followed by the double square bracket. And then within the double square bracket, you will specify the position of the list item to extract. So if you put in the value 1, then that means you are extracting the first list from that list object. Let's go straight into R and demonstrate this. Now, if you recall from the previous video, we created a list object called list of vectors. So I would like to copy it from here and simply come here and paste it. And after that, we should go ahead and execute this. And I would now print the list of vectors. And this is the output that we got. So we have 5 list items. And the very first list contains a vector of numeric data type. The second list contains integers, then characters, then logical constants. And then we also have the complex data type. So this is the list that we created in our previous video. So what we're going to do right now is the list indexing. And just as we said before, if you want to access any list items or elements from within a list, you would have to specify the name of the list object. In this case, that is going to be list of vectors, and then followed by double square bracket. And then within it, you specify the position of the list item you want to extract. So let me clear the console first. Let's print the whole list again. And then we will just go ahead and, for example, if you want to retrieve the very first list, that means we go ahead and specify inside of the double square bracket the number 1. So this retrieves the very first list. And if I go ahead and execute this, you realize that we actually get the vector of the numeric values. The same thing if, for example, I wanted to extract, for example, the vector of characters, then I would simply go ahead and specify the name of the list object followed by the double square bracket, and I'll put in it the number 3. So I specify that position, and if I should execute, you realize that I do get the list of characters. So this is how you actually index lists. Now let's say you wanted to, for example, extract the third item from within this vector of characters in the third list. Then you would simply have to go ahead and specify the name of the list object followed by the double square bracket. You specify the number 3, which happens to be the third list. And then because this returns the very third list, which happens to be a vector of characters, you can now do so by indexing, just like we did with vectors. If you recall the lesson on vector indexing. So all you have to do is now follow this with a single square bracket, and within it, you specify the position of the item you want to extract from within that vector. So I'll put in the value of 3. And in that case, if I go ahead and execute this code, I would get SQL. So this is simply how you would index lists. And once you have vectors like this within the list, then all you have to do is, after extracting the list item, you can go ahead and use your vector indexing skills to be able to access these items that are found within the vectors within the list.